Hi there, this is Alex, and decided to do a video blog to talk about some things that are going on in the kiddie community, at least for the last 2 weeks. And I'm really concerned about this. I truly are. I'm really concerned, and I want to, well, explain why, and I hope you will help me to fix this issue. So, for the last 2 weeks, we have been getting a lot of heated comments about one of the software we do, which is called Baloo. In this, in these comments, there's been a lot of insults and harsh words, threats even, and I don't think that's acceptable. And I actually think that puts in danger the kiddie community, and I'm going to tell you why. The reason why we all work on the kiddie community is because the kiddie community is the best place, or one of the best places we have ever seen to work in. You always find smarter people than you. It's a really open-minded place where you can explain your ideas and you can discuss them, and you can try to come with better solutions. Even the core of the most core development thing happens in the open. You can go to the forums.kiddie.org and then see the visual group doing their work, or you can go to any of the mailing lists or IRC chats. And you can go, and it doesn't matter if you have any knowledge or if you have ever contributed back to it, contributed to it. Your voice is going to be listened, and if you show any proactivity, that feedback is going to get accepted, and you will feel part of the team instantly. And that's the best part. The best part is, that's the reason why we do this. And trust me, there are places across the fence where you get way more money, way less responsibilities, and way less heat, because the people actually using the software are really far away, so you don't get to deal with all the things, or actually to do videos such as the one I'm doing. And yeah, I will repeat it one last time. The reason why we work here is because of the community. It's because of this feeling of having hundreds of people working towards the same bloody goal, which in the case of the desktop is having the best desktop in the world. And because we all believe that, and we all want the same goal, we all work together, and we all go straight to it. And we may have different point of views, and you may not know this, but in within the developers, I'm always the one ranting, and I'm always the one that wants to challenge the status quo. And there are other people, or I think I am that one, and there are other people that are more conservative and that have to talk me into, dude, let's be more calm and not, and different point of view. But that's what makes this unique and awesome. So the moment you grab this awesome environment, and you make it a hostile work environment, and you make it a place where you are afraid of trying things, you are afraid of saying your mind, you are afraid of go a bit crazy and try new things. The moment this stops being fun, then nobody will want to work on this. I don't know if you start to think about it, but the people doing, and I'm not going to talk about developing, the people doing the translations, for example, most of them, they're not developers or even geeks. There are, I know for example, a guy that is a truck driver, and after he comes back from doing from driving around Europe for weeks or even months, then he arrives back and he starts translating, so people that don't know English can use the software. And that takes a lot of, you need to be motivated to this, you need to be comfortable doing this. And if the work environment, if this becomes hostile, if I don't know, if in a translation you forget a comma, you add a comma that was not supposed to do that, you use the Oxford comma and it was not accepted, or whatever, if for doing that you get a shitstorm, then, well, you have better things to do. And with development, it's more or less the same thing. We all do this. for the good, because we believe it's the best, even though we may be wrong or not. And yeah, if this stops being fun, then this dies. So I want to encourage everybody watching this video that if you see this kind of behavior, if you see people insulting, being unrespectful, and things like that, well, call it. Go and say this is not accepted. Shut the fuck up. And I don't want to be melodramatic. I know most of the people, like, I don't know, 95% of the people are awesome. I mean, that's why we are an awesome community, right? But then there is this 5% of people really noisy and well, trolls. And internet is a land of trolls. And as long as it's only 5%, that's okay. We can manage, because then you have the other 95 awesome percent that fills your battery and makes you jump out of the bed to go and write some code. But if this ever gets into, I don't know, let's say 80-20, then this dies. And many communities in the open source and free and libre software world have died because of this. So yeah, let's call it, and let's say no insults, no harsh words, no anything that goes against the code of conduct of KDE, which I will put the link in the description and in my blog post. Finally, let's talk about the issue itself. It was one of the guys that participated in the design of Baloo. Baloo, even though it doesn't have any line of code from 9fingers, it does have a lot of ideas, and we discuss a lot about it. So I want to just do 5 minutes of my thoughts on it. When we, well, first of all, everybody, and I dare to say 100% of the people that were using Nepomuk actively, they are happier, and they are extremely happy and grateful, and they have communicated with us, and they have told us that they are extremely thankful, because Baloo is a different beast. It's fast, it's smooth, it's so fast that actually, well, it writes too fast to your hard disk, which is a problem. It's like the rich people problem, they say, right? That, oh, I'm so rich, I don't know in what things should I spend my money on. Oh, we are so fast, we actually have to slow down somehow. But yeah, it's a different beast, and it's like if you compare having a car pulling by horses and then having a Ferrari or something like that. It's that change. So if people, everybody that used Nepomuk actively, they are extremely happy with Baloo. Then you have the people that use that they did not use Nepomuk at all, and they disable it, and now they arrive to KDE 4.13, and they are like, oh fuck, a new search engine, I'm going to disable it, and they don't find a checkbox or an easy way to do that, and they get pissed off because why the fuck? Why should I have a bloody search index when I don't want any? And you know what? You're right. Why? Why should you? I don't have things in my systems I don't want to. That's like that. I don't have most proprietary software in my system because I don't want to. And it's your system, it's not ours. So it's your system, and you should decide what you run in there. I mean, makes perfect sense. So, what I would do is, which I think it's what I would do in my system, if I don't want something, I uninstall it. And Baloo, unlike Nepomuk, it's, as I said, it's a different beast. In Nepomuk, when you disable it, you remove all features and you remove a daemon, actually a bunch of daemons that were running all the time. The database, the server, the storage service, blah 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 blah. With Baloo, that's not the case anymore. We don't have daemons. We have the indexer, which is the guy either going through all your folders and getting information, or waiting for new things to happen, which when that is quiet and it doesn't bother anybody. and but we don't have a service like that. We don't have the when Dolphin makes use of it, it accesses the database directly, and that all that happens without a service. So there is not a thing like disabling it the way you used to disable Nepomuk. That said, you can perfectly uninstall a Baloo file in there, which is the indexer. And actually, we have asked some distributions to package it this way. So if you don't want the indexer, you just uninstall it and gone. I mean, again, why would you want to have it when you don't use it? And yeah, so right now there are distros that they don't want to do this because it's not the recommended way. We made changes. I'm not saying we are going to because, well, I cannot decide anything, but I think it's something worth exploring and see if we can mm, do it in a way where they can, yeah, you can uninstall it. Then there is the people that uh, are pissed off, rightfully pissed off, because we have removed a lot of options, at least for the interface. And please take into account we have removed them from the interface. Keeping them in the backend is a lot of work for us. It's a lot. Think that you have to take into account all these variables, all these different things. For example, what if I have this folder in the blacklist, but this one inside that one in the blacklist is in the whitelist, and then from this folder I have to index all these MIME types, but not an image, even though I want to index image, but not if instead of JPEG it says JPEG with an E, because in that case it probably comes from Windows and I have it in index already in Windows, for example. This is a use case that you could do before, and you can actually do it right now because the code is in there, and maintaining this, making this thing work, and making sure that this thing work is making our life harder. So we've the reason why we've have keep these things around is because we actually think they are useful, and we know that somehow we will have to bring these things back in the user interface. Then the question is how. That's the thing that is not as clear as many people think. The when we discuss about the KCM, the system settings module, and trust me, we discuss a lot about it. It was not as simple. Yeah, I'm going to remove everything. I mean, come on. When we did it, one of the things we noticed that we failed horribly with the old KCM was to enable the people with simple needs, or the people with not a lot of needs, to use it, because you would go there and see all those gazillions options and run away. I mean, that's how human beings work. You see something complex and you don't press. You see a panel with 100 buttons and you don't press any button because, oh shit, maybe something is going to explode. But then you see a red button in the wall and you press it, and well, maybe something explodes as well. But that's, don't press the right button. It's because it's big and simple. If you have a lot of small keys, that's kind of scares you away. This is the same thing, but brought into the user interface. And so we start to think what's the most essential feature we want to promote, what the people with simple needs will want. And we came out, maybe we're wrong or not, but we thought that, well, I still believe that the thing is blacklisting folders. For example, if you have a folder with some private documents, you don't want those private documents to be indexed. Excuse me. And you don't want, I don't know, some pictures or videos to be available in search. After we did this, then then what would happen if we add back all the options back? Excuse me, that water did not go through the correct pipe. Anyway, if we add those options back, then we won't be fair to the people with simple needs, and with the people with simple needs in Baloo. I don't like this thing of advanced normal users, but I like more of, how much Baloo do you need. And the people with simple users, simple needs, we won't be fair to them if we add that jungle of options back. The same way, exactly the same, we are not being fair to the people that require those options, and now we have hide them away. And the challenge here is to find a way where we can actually bring those options back without making the life of the user with simple needs a living hell. So we have to see how we do this, and this is not obvious. This takes iterations and attempts and trial error to get it right. And there are many different options we can do. And I don't know, maybe I really like in Firefox the about config thing, and you go to about config and you do whatever you want. That, for me as a geek, that's awesome. It's like a playground. Maybe we can have something like the Baloo Plasma tweak tool, something like that. I've never been a fan of those, but maybe I don't know. Maybe we can have the alternative back, the old backend back somehow, and it's actually back already. And the reason why it's being done so fast is because it was almost working again. The things underneath were there already, and so maybe we can bring that back and having some kind of switch. So if you install Baloo Advanced, you don't see the simple version, or yeah, something like that. Another issue which I have seen commented on the comments is the issue of you update and then you have all these thousands of files, and the first index section is the one that you actually notice, because once you index everything, then it's really fast. And the people complaining that I just upgraded to 4.13 and I cannot use my computer because there is something called Baloo using all my resources, you are completely right, and we should add something so you are in control of what's going on. And an idea I had today was, again, I'm not saying we will develop this, but it's an idea, is maybe we could show a small job, like when you copy paste the file, maybe we could show a small job saying, hey, indexation, and you can pause it and you can stop it. If you stop it, then next put we will show a notification saying, hey, do you want to resume, and a button saying dismiss. If you do click dismiss, then that's it. We won't bother you again unless you go to the system settings and say you want to index. If you do that, from the negative feedback we have had, 80% of it disappears. So there are ways there are many things we can do, and we will work on them, and I hope we will work with you on them, and we will gather feedback and try to do, well, try not, we will do our best, and we are going to make something that everybody is happy with. But to achieve that, we have to be proactive, we have to be with a smile in the face, we have to assume that the other party has the best intentions, because we all want the best. We should assume that we don't have the truth, and we are right and you are wrong, and there are many grays, it's not black and white, blah 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 blah. I mean, I'm not going to tell you anything you don't know. So yeah, to sum up, no to run to trolls. No, it's like no. We understand your problems, and we've read your feedback, and we are going to act on it. So don't think for a second that your complaints go to death null, because they do not. And let's work together so we get this shit fixed, and we get something that works for everybody the best way possible. Because that's what we do here. We listen and we get shit fixed. Anyway, I thought it was not too horrible of a video, and if for some reason you decide now to hate me, go to my blog or YouTube and drop some comments hating me. You will not get any answer, any reply from it. And yeah, mm, yeah, I don't have anything more to say. Cheers.